like, no, I'm really, really surprised. So
Knight
takes
G4.
knight G4. So the idea of all of this is the fact that White's king is still in the center, E3, a little bit tender.
So I have to play Queen E2 here? Just to
Wow,
avoid,
Queen
like-
E2 just looks awkward, right?
It does.
Queen E2, Knight C6, and it feels like, at least for me, that Black has an early initiative, and well, that whole sequence with F4 and E4 is not. It's boomeranged, I want to say, against Nepo at the moment. Knight G4 and Nepo's in a think tank, an indication that something is wrong. Knight D2, ignoring Knight E3 is a possibility. Okay, I'd probably play Knight C6, although I'd really think about Knight E3 long and hard. That looks like a really good move. You're going to have to play Queen C1.
No, it's funny to see this guy's in trouble after move 7.
I know. Something wrong with that.
With the white pieces.
Knight C6. Now Queen E2, trying to make amends. Knight takes E5. Again, it just feels like...
So now Knight F3, Rook E8.
Right.
White has to castle long.
Sometime earlier in the tournament, Miro, you were telling me that Nepo is playing a king's gambit.
Right.
And if I saw this position, something about this king, it has features of a king's gambit. I'll put it like that. Again, I still like Magnus's position very
And for
much.
a good reason, yes, Magnus is winning. You're
Okay.
always with the winners.
Yeah, and well, we have Queen G5 check, getting out of the discovery with
Is there Bishop
game.
G4 coming, or
Yes.
how is he winning?
Yes.
Bishop G4, I have Queen D2. So I'm assuming King B1 here.
King B1 just take on E5.
Oh, okay.
King B1, take on E5, followed by Bishop G4. Yeah.
This is only move 15.
And
Magnus.
Nepo looking to the side, looking askance, like,
Why did I
this
play
is ugly.
B3?
like, how do I get myself out of here? Bishop takes E5, and
It'd be too late to figure out how to get out of this.
well, first of all, you material down.
We can even take
and
Rook E5. You don't
Yeah.
you don't need to play Bishop G4.
Your material down, and you're under attack. So Black has the compensation as well. Queen C4. Inviting B5, by the way.
B5. Can I
Don't-
take on C7? No.
Don't
Rook
think so.
C8.
I mean, Rook
Yeah.
C8 looks
I'll
pretty
play
awful.
Queen C6 maybe.
I almost overdid it there. I want to play Rook C5, but Rook C5, Queen takes C5, and my intended discovery has a drawback. Bishop C2, Queen C2. B5.
This
Rook
might be a very
D8.
quick game.
And again, I mean, Magnus leading by 3 points, Nepo playing very, very well. We were anticipating a huge clash, and it's a one-sided affair, a terribly one-sided affair at the moment. Magnus is going to have to blunder badly to allow Nepo back in the game. I like the move Rook D8. I liked B5 as well, but it just feels very one-sided at the moment.
Because whether I take on D8 or go Bishop D3, I'm going to lose another pawn.
Yeah, G2 is hanging too. By the way, with a victory, Magnus would clinch. Because again, he came into to this round with a 3-point lead, and that head shake of Nepo just says it all. Is Bishop E2
So
on the board?
if Magnus wins this game, he would win the tournament 3 rounds in advance?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. By the way, B5 on the board now. So it's all going his way. Bishop on to
On
E2,
Queen C7, there's Rook C8.
as before.
And we're going to see that.
And I think it's resigns. Queen takes
Yeah.
C7, Rook C8. Bishop on E2 is hanging. Pawn on G2, pardon me. Bishop on E2 is hanging. Pawn on C2 is hanging with a check.
I guess best he
When it
can do
rains,
is-
it pours. Miro, this is a disaster,
He
and
resigned.
there's the handshake. Let's jump to our game between Duda and Fabi.
They're discussing, but yes, Duda Fabi. Wow.
What do we have?
Duda has a lot of extra. Oh, just one pawn. It looked like he had more.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm still counting. How did you do that?
Alicia told me.
Okay. Uh-huh. Taking advice from where you can get it. 2 bishops.
This looks really bad for Fabi because his knight is completely out of place.
Yep. I think that
think
does kind
Duda
of
is
clear
just
the cobwebs. A2,
much
A3.
better.
And you can post up too. Rook C1, Rook C5. And by the way, just to confirm, we wanted to wait to get that confirmation, but yes, Magnus has won the Croatia SuperUnited Rapid and Blitz, our champion, $40,000 richer. Our congratulations to Magnus, and for one of the most extraordinary performances we've ever witnessed. A perfect 9-0 in day 4.
And after today, he might become world number 1 in Blitz as well in the live ratings. We'll see. There's still more rounds, but he has a chance to overtake Firouzja.
Somehow, with all of the accolades, that was the least I was expecting. That he gains
30 points.
30 rating points. No, I'll take the check. Nice. Bishop takes G5, Knight F6, and when you think about the rating points, just 2 more victories and he'd be
2,900.
2,900 class. That's pretty
That's
good.
a big achievement.
That's extraordinary, actually. And
So now the other players are definitely only playing for the second place.
yes,
And I think there's only, Fabi and Nepo are playing for the second. Could Firouzja possibly catch them? Unlikely.
with Nepo's loss and the potential of Fabi losing
that's
this
true.
game,
And if Firouzja wins his, he actually has a chance.
and he was your choice. I'll
He
give
was.
you I'll give you credit where credit is due. Fabi was Miro's choice, and you guys are fighting.
We're doing okay.
Yeah. Duda, by the way, he impressed me so greatly in Warsaw, where he and Magnus were dueling one another all the way to the finish line, and Duda almost caught Magnus at the very end. I'm sure I expected more from Duda. I'm sure he expected more from himself. 15.5 points at the moment. A victory in this game will get him some GCT points. Well, it's okay.
I think we
It's okay.
underestimate how tired these players can be. I think Duda has been playing absolutely nonstop for months.
Has he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes the players, I think it was somebody pointed out to me that Hans Niemann had been playing like 60 games in 2 months. It was just, nonstop indeed. By the way, beautiful moves. First of all, the inclusion of A4, a little move that secures as a protected pass pawn. That was big, and then the move D5.
Okay, now Duda is up 3 pawns.
You were waiting to say that. 3 pawns. That sounds like a lot, Miro. 3 pawns.
Yeah, his position is winning already for quite some time, but now there is literally 0 chance for Fabi.
And Rook C1, Rook C6. I was saying a post up some time ago, but that looks really, really good. What is he waiting for?
And a little update,
Because-
Richie Rapport won his game with a checkmate against Ivan Saric.
Okay, that's a rarity.
We haven't seen many checkmates. People usually resign right before.
They're too fast. They do get in that resignation quickly. Again, Rook C1 and Rook C6, and I think Fabi would have to throw in the towel once we see that. And it's just too compelling.
There's no counterplay, no chances for black. He's trying. He just played F5, but queen just steps back and
Queen D3, yeah.
yeah. I wonder what was the opening that gave Fabi such a bad position. Or maybe he made a mistake in the middle game later on.
Whatever it was, this is so bad. I mean, it's almost like put your throw in the towel. Rook c6 is on White's agenda, as is Bishop g5, as is g takes f5. Full disaster unfolding here for
both
Fabi.
Fabi and Nepo, this round has been a disaster.
Truly. Rook f8, again, the move Bishop g5, but Rook c6. How can you not play Rook c6?
Hard to resist, and Duda has played it.
Yeah.
Oh, and now Black's king is completely open as well.
Again, and when it rains, it pours, right? Check. Now we...
And 6 seconds for Fabi.
No,
Bishop c5 looks good.
Bishop c5 looks
so I
excellent. You
can
wanted
bring
queen
the queen
g3, right? I was wondering also Bishop g5, Rook a4, Queen g3, that type of thing. You're just setting up checkmates. By the way, we have a pass pawn as well. We
B6.
forgot about that. Rook takes h3, Queen b5, or
I mean,
b7.
You can push b7 right away.
Yeah.
He's played Queen c2.
And somebody's flag fell?
Either flagged or Fabi resigned, not sure. And Firouzja won his game against Anand.
Do we have any remaining games?
Again, these players are just not making any draws.
Konstantin and Gukesh, let's jump in and see what's going on between these two gladiators.
Big surprise, but wait, I thought Konstantin was winning.
Wait a minute, Rook f1. And
Not anymore.
There's a checkmate on h1, and there goes an exchange, and suddenly Gukesh is...
Up in exchange, but that c-pawn is still pretty dangerous.
True that.
And both players under 10 seconds.
Oof, oof.
Easy to blunder for both sides. Yeah, I think White's king is safer now.
By the way, there was a chance there when Konstantin could just have played the move c7.
It's
Ooh,
still an
knight
option.
e6. Oh, he didn't play knight e6.
Knight b5 looks good, and then maybe I can get in knight d6, but
Okay,
this position is full of tactics, and neither of them have any time to calculate.
I mean, probably the computer will be telling us it's a win for black, but I tell you, I see three
Not
results.
Sure, with that pawn on c7.
No, that pawn on c7 is a massive...
Maybe black is defended.
Rook takes c7 on tap. Rook takes c7?
Oops.
Yes.
Okay.
There,
Pawn is gone.
And that was huge. The clock times again?
Wait, what happened? Oh, Lupulescu flagged.
Wow. A very, very relieved Gukesh there at the very end as he maybe dodged something of a bullet, Miro, fill in the gaps of another very exciting
Well,
round.
poor Lupulescu, he was one move away from winning this game.
Oh.
Wow. Well, still hasn't scored a single win. Well, really limited on time this time. So just quickly highlights of the game between Ali Reza and Vichy. So it all started here. Well, already quite complex, but relatively balanced position. And Ali Reza is going to sacrifice a knight. B takes. Black gets the chance to run away with his horsey. E takes f6. h7, h6 because knight g5 was threatening, and then white goes c5 here, and should have gone knight to c4, after which apparently black would have better chances. Knight d5 and queen d4, and then up to the point they play with computer precision. Knight b8, trying to get on c6, knight c6, queen a4, knight a7, and really was such a sharp game. Just look at this picturesque position. So both queens are attacked, knight f7, bishop c2, nobody's taking nothing, bishop d5, almost like, Mikhail Tal was reincarnated. c7, c6, bishop c6, mistake from Firouzja. Anand absolutely had to take the knight on f7, after which we are getting a crazy position like this, and then white even can consider capturing the bishop when he's a rook down, but black still has like all the pieces hanging and so on. Yes, and Vichy missed this one. He went bishop b3, after which bishop takes, king takes, bishop f3. Black is up a piece for a lot of pawns, and we already seen in the previous round how good Firouzja is with a bunch of pawns, so he didn't really give Vishy any chance. All right, and